Today we're going to show you how to do a 1440p budget gaming PC for 650 bucks.
And our friends at Antec were nice enough to sponsor this video to showcase this really awesome micro ATX budget case that you can buy today, the Flux M, coming in at under $74.99. I think it's actually on sale right now for $64.99. This is a really cool case that comes with RGB fans and normal fans pre-installed for maximum airflow. And again, it's micro ATX and good value. We'll talk about this case later on in the video when we dive into all the parts of this build, but thanks again to Antec for sponsoring. Yeah, 650 bucks for this PC build. This is really good price performance. We are using used market deals for this because you know what? RAM prices are what they are, but we did go new with the RAM and we went with 16 gigs, which we'll talk about here in a second. But I'm excited to see what the performance is going to be like for the price. Let's talk about those parts.
A really fun fact about this gaming PC is we will be giving it away at twitch.tv/toastybros very soon. We're going to talk about that a little more towards the end of the video. But to kick off the build, we decided to go with something a little different than the Ryzen 5 5500. We actually went with the Ryzen 5 3600, which is a 6-core 12-thread that we got off of eBay for $59. Now, what's kind of cool about this CPU is that it actually has Gen 4 support, which is so funny. It's like the newer 5000 series one does not have Gen 4, so any GPU would have to run in Gen 3. But fun fact, the GPU in this build is actually a Gen 3 card, so you could go either way with it. You can buy a new 5500 or buy this 3600 and save a little bit of money. And to cool that CPU, because it did not come with stock cooler, we got the ID Cooling SC214 XT for 17 bucks, and this is a awesome cooler that actually has some ARGB on it. We got the ARGB version. You get it in a black version too, and it is super solid for $17, and it's way better than a stock cooler. Now for the motherboard, one of our favorite boards out there from Newegg, typically the ASrock B550m Pro 4, and this is $75 on Newegg. We like this board because it has a pretty decent, is this the one that we like? And we like this board because it kind of stands up from some of the other cheap B550s that typically will only have like 2 RAM slots. This one actually has 4 RAM slots, and it's DDR4, so you can do that really well. We also have like some VRM covers. We have the 2 CPU 4 pins for the power, decent power phase design for 75 bucks. So there's not really much to complain about with this board. And funny enough, at the time of recording this video, we actually saw this board on Amazon now too. Now for the RAM, this was still a little expensive, $103, but it was new. This is Teamgroup T-Force Vulcan Z 16 gigs of DDR4. I say kind of, it's really expensive, but in the current market, it's not crazy compared to DDR5. I mean, let's be honest, for DDR5 16 gigs, if you can even find it in that capacity, you're looking at over 200 bucks. So this being dual channel, 16 gigs, it's gonna be plenty for this combo. I mean, yeah, 32 would be nice. A few months ago, we would have said go 32, but 16, as you'll see in the benchmark, is actually still plenty. As long as you're not planning on doing like tons of streaming and Google Chrome tabs in the background, you're gonna be just fine with 16 starting out. Now to save a little bit of money, we got a 512 gig NVMe Gen 3 SSD. It is from a company called Vansuny, which is kind of like a no-name brand, but they're on Amazon. You're gonna see a lot of those, by the way. There's like, Fengxiang, Vansuny, Soyo. There's all kinds of different SSDs popping up in the market because they're hard to find for a good price. So $63 is pretty expensive for this, but right now it's actually a good price, and we'll see how well it holds up.
Now for the graphics card, we have the RTX 2080 Ti that we paid $209 for. If you haven't seen our video that we did with the 2080 Ti versus the 5050, I recommend you watch that video because in terms of raw GPU horsepower, the 2080 Ti does perform better than the 5050, which normally new you buy the 5050 around 220 to 250 bucks. You get this card for $209 on the used market. You also get extra VRAM, 11 gigs to be exact, so you can stretch into that 1440p gaming, which we'll focus on in today's video. Now, yes, you're gonna need to use some upscaling. You're not gonna be running native 1440p and everything, but you can game at 1440p, and with how cheap those monitors are getting, it is an option you could consider if you want to get into gaming, but we will focus on that when we get to the benchmarks. I'm excited to see how the 2080 Ti performs. For the power supply, we have the Rosewill VSB 750 watt 80 plus bronze power supply coming in at a price point of $59. Now I went with the 750 watt version because the 2080 Ti likes to pull a lot of power, and I like to have a little bit of headroom for upgrades in the future as well, so I do recommend that for this build. But if you're going with a lesser GPU, you can go with the 650 watt as well to save a little bit of money. But hey, we like these power supplies. They're really solid for the price. And to today's video sponsor, Antec, with their Flux M case. I'm really liking this case, especially at that $74 or $64 price point, depending if you can take advantage of the sale that is running right now at the time of filming this video. The fans that are installed are what make it great. We have 3 RGB fans. We've got 2 up front, 1 in the back. We also have 3 reverse blade fans down in the basement for additional airflow. There's so many extra cutouts to run cables to make it look nice and clean. You do also get a lot of support for a radiator up top, meaning you go up to a full 360mm radiator built in. It is a dual chamber case, meaning that the power supply is separated from the rest of the build, giving you proper airflow, along with a pretty solid front panel with USB-C support, and of course with tempered glass. So all in all, this design looks really cool, really modern, and at the price point, especially going micro ATX, I think it's really good value from Antec, and I'm excited to see how this thing performs in gaming. Shout out again to Antec for sponsoring this video. So I'm wasting more time and dive into some 1440p gaming tests and show you guys what this thing is capable of.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in everybody's favorite new extraction shooter, Arc Raiders, and we are currently running 1440p, which, you know, this was a 1440p card. It's got the VRAM for it, but it is older, and this is a brand new title. So we're using some DLSS set to balanced. We're just using the CNN model, which is like the older DLSS 2 and 3. We have low ray tracing, because this is first-gen ray tracing technically on the GPU, and high settings. Here we go. Looking pretty good so far.
Page up. Here we go, baby.
Kind of similar to, I feel like we've been doing so many GPU tests lately. I feel like this kind of falls into like just, you know, a good 60 plus FPS playable experience.
Yeah, and this one's nice because we did our all new parts build that was 750, and that one was definitely having some hitches. That was even at 1080p with the 5050. That one was a configuration thing with the 5500 where we're getting some Gen 3 limitation problems, but
So this could be a good choice.
this would be a good choice as well. So you could pair this with the 5500, but I have noticed this game really likes a more powerful CPU, and the 3600 is very close to 5500 in terms of performance. That guy's going to think
Almost
you're shooting at him.
instinctually shot at him.
But this is nice. 1440p, 60 FPS is really all I can expect for a PC at $650. And no
Especially right
major
now.
lockups.
Yeah, right now in this economy, you definitely would be happy with it. And you can go to 1080p. Like, this is still a great 1080p card. And this also just goes to show, actually, on a side note, one thing I think is funny is almost every time we test Arc, I'm noticing it never really fully utilizes any of your hardware.
No, it doesn't.
It's always kind of, it's like Call of Duty. Call of Duty is the same way, where like, it's kind of good and bad, because it's like it gives you extra hardware to work with for like streaming and stuff, which is nice, but you're also like, man, am I leaving FPS or performance on the table?
And this one's a cool test too, because we're only using 16 gigs of RAM with this one, which kind of got spoiled for a while there. We're just like, why would you go with less than 32? It's so cheap. Well, not anymore. So there will be some games where you will have lower FPS because you only have 16, but a lot of the games people are playing right now, 16 is still fine.
See that was clean. We're gonna try it, because this can't hurt that bad, right? Ooh, I'm clean with it now.
He is
I didn't even know you could
clean
do
with
that.
it. Also, shout out to this
kinda
Flux M. Temperature's looking pretty good. That
It
20
is,
Ti
yeah.
is lower temp-wise than it was before the thermal paste. So we're getting like 85C.
It's a blower card too, isn't it?
It is a blower
so
card.
This is respectable.
It's good for a blower card.
Respectable.
And that's where you're getting the price performance on eBay with this card. Is the blower style models around 209. That's where you get really good bang for buck.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This was also like very normal too for like 10 series, 20 series. Like, it's not like, I mean, GPUs now, they just run so cool, but back then, like getting 70s and 80s was like good. Really 90s was where you were like, I don't really want to be in here. Oh my God.
I don't want to be here right now. How many of these are here? They wanted the benchmark. They wanted to
They wanted to be a
stress
part
test.
of it.
They wanted to be a part of the benchmark.
Yeah, we maintained FPS pretty well. We have the 1% low, which I never even actually saw with my eye. That's how the 1% lows are usually though. It's really, as long as you're not getting like big stutters where it's really low and causes that, it's probably just some random one little tiny moment of a frame that hit 47.
Yeah.
I think it's maintained really well, like, you know, 70s. Stand by. CPU's running very chilly.
Very chilly. This 3600 is living in heaven right now.
Yep. It's like, I'm the coolest I've ever been.
My entire life was probably under a Wraith cooler, which was doing okay, but was definitely running a little warm. We extract safely. I think we're gonna.
Flicking on them.
People are getting too nice in this game. Where's the toxicity?
I'm in the nice lobbies.
He's in the nice
It's
lobbies.
the whole hidden system they have.
Hidden tech.
All right, we made it out alive. Let's go ahead and go on to the next game.
Next game, baby. All right, guys. Well, now that we know how many people are playing this game, we can actually play the game. We're currently playing Battlefield 6 at 1440p, and
Wait,
we're
why do you
running
have a sniper?
a sniper. You know, that's what
I
I
thought you picked.
Did I not? I thought I picked sniper.
Oh, maybe you did. I thought we were doing the funnel with like, you know, the LNG.
Yeah,
What was that class, medic?
Medic, we'll get there. We'll get
get
there. Medium settings, 1440p, and this time we are starting things off with the no upscaling, but I have a feeling DLSS would be, probably ideal for this at 1440p. We hit those.
Funnel.
Because, we'll do our page up here, but we are getting dips below 60 at times, especially now that all our AI are funneling into the battlefield. All right, hold on. Yeah, we hit those. We hit those. Oh, we hit those.
Oh my gosh, he's giving it to you,
We're
McAllister.
on fire, we're on fire, we're on fire. When we say 1440p for this one, you can play games at 1440p. If 1440p 60 is cool with you, or you're, oh goodness, or you happen to be cool with some upscaling or some frame gen, things like that, you can play pretty much anything nowadays with this GPU at 1440p. But if you're somebody who doesn't like upscaling and things like that, you're much better off just dialing it back to 1080p, and it'll still be perfectly fine.
And just remember, you console gamers, upscaling is not frame gen. It's not fake frames. No. It's literally just stretching the image, basically.
And upscaling isn't going to give you that input lag. In theory, it's actually going to lower your frame times because you are upscaling from a low resolution image, getting higher frame rate, and it's going to make your input even better. So competitively, running upscaling is beneficial, actually. That was a real gamer. That guy was a real gamer. All right, we're pushing up, and then we'll try some DLSS. This game is a little weird about changing settings mid-match. Are you serious? Okay, I can't make it over that. But we're gonna give it a go and see if it'll show some improvements. Normally the upscaling will work right away, but.
Yes.
Oh,
the funnel.
There's a lot of dead people.
Just very open, but.
We get back!
We really need a bigger magazine in this gun. Because I feel like it could go a lot crazier.
It could go crazier. I'm coming to res! Oh, the smoke? Oh, that guy's, nope. Oh, no, oh God. Dead. Nope, all right. We're hiding here. Oh! And again, another game, I don't know what it is about these two games. Battlefield 6 and Arc Raiders, I mean, they're technically still the most popular games people are kind of playing, even though they are kind of falling off a little bit. Both of these games don't need a ton of RAM. Like, we're not like pushing 14 gigs of usage right now where we would start to think, you know, maybe we're low on RAM. They'll get away, at least on these modes, with 16 and be pretty decent. I don't think we're losing that much because of RAM.
Same with the VRAM, really. I mean, it still just falls into that category of like, there's very few select games that you can really, I would say, commonly utilize over 8.
Yeah.
Especially like 1080p or 1440p, I should say.
All right, let's do DLSS and let's do some balanced. We'll back out. Let myself die. We'll end this. Got 68 average with 1% low of 44. We'll clear that out. Start her back up again. It doesn't seem like it's changed a ton. I will say we could be a little bit CPU bound too, so our upscaling may not help a lot. And or it could just need a reload, because this game is a little weird where like you can't instantly get your FPS boost. So I would run upscaling, especially if you are playing 1440p. You don't have to do frame gen if you don't want to, but frame gen is an option. But 2080 Ti, definitely being held back a little bit by the CPU when we are running our upscaling, but I am not upset. Now, once I die, Jackson's going to play one other game that adds to the rotation just as a fun little throwback game, because it seems like it's getting a little popularity. We're going to try the finals again, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, the finals. I haven't played that since whenever we last benchmarked it. All right, guys, we're in a, I almost want to call this a classic, like I always do TF2. This is the finals, and this is a cool esports game that came out a few years ago. People who made Arc Raiders made this, actually.
Yep.
And right now, we are running 1440p with borderless, balanced DLSS on the CNN, and we got low dynamic ray tracing and medium, which honestly I forgot the menu is literally the same.
I was going to say, if you couldn't tell it was the same developers as Arc Raiders, the menu will show you that.
All right, but yeah, this is a harder to run game. It's kind of like, I feel like, Arc Raiders in terms of its graphic intensity.
Yeah.
It's an esports, but like it's always been a very high quality esports.
Good at that page up.
And I'm scared because since there's only like 11,000 players, I know they're all absolute demons.
Yes.
Yes.
And if you guys have any other games like this or any other ones you want to see benchmarked that are a little bit, maybe not as popular, but a game you want to see, as always, comment down below. Because as we go throughout 2026 and the build guides get more interesting, I feel like we should introduce you guys to different games.
Come on, I need style on this guy.
I think your teammate.
Oh, we styled on him. Oh. Where are we working? Oh yeah, we need this is platform. I don't even know why I'm fighting over here.
Oh, this is platform. I didn't know which mode you were playing.
I didn't know either, apparently.
He's like, where's the cash at?
And obviously we could lower settings more. I do recommend with 20 series cards, honestly, any game that you can run low or like ray tracing off, you're gonna get a lot more FPS if you do that. First gen ray tracing was very cumbersome on the cards. It's not now because they put so much time and effort into it, but back then, I remember we were like, we don't want to talk about ray tracing. We don't like ray tracing.
Let's
and now
not
we
do
kind of
that.
like it. You lose like 40% of performance. We don't want to talk about it.
Now, real path tracing is still horrible, but yeah, just the basic reflection stuff that are implemented in most games nowadays.
Keep in mind, no matter what resolution you're running, like if you're running 4K, you can go down to 1080, 1440. If you're running 1440, you can go down to 1080, and then 1080 to 720. So you can always get more FPS just by lowering your res, even if you're doing upscaling to lower the res. Who's this guy? Oh my god, he has a minigun.
Oh, your teammates are kind of frying.
I'm gonna call him Captain Cook. That thing is so thin. Oh, where's my grenade? Grenade, what is this?
Oh, plays!
Works every time.
Plays!
I'm a little grenader boy.
The graphics of this game cool, destructive environment's really cool.
Yep, very cool.
Oh!
It's definitely a cool game. I just feel like they just needed more substance or something. I don't know.
So something about this game is like pretty high up on Steam's like grossing per year revenue games because of the skins.
People
spend a lot of money on skins.
The people who do play this game buy every skin that comes out, I've noticed. It's kind of like Valorant.
That's the key to make money in 2026, guys. Make a somewhat okay FPS game, but really put a lot of time and energy into your skin marketplace.
Put more R&D into skins.
And you may have a low player count, but those people who play your game will spend money.
That ran pretty good. For all the people that say 60 FPS isn't enough for a competitive shooter, you guys are just wrong. I won.
He won.
I'm definitely getting more than 62, but...
Yeah, just a little more than 60.
Thank you. Thank you. Ow.
Bounce on it, bounce on it.
There we go. Got a little dub in the finals, first game back, and I ran like 80-ish FPS most of the time.
All right, let's talk about the built-in benchmarks and wrap this video up and tell you how you can win this PC, because you can win it. It's pretty dang good.
So the results are in. We did some benchmarking on this PC and it did really good for that current price point. Now, the one thing we definitely said a few times throughout the benchmarks was there are some games that even if you have a 1440p monitor, it's not a bad idea just to run them in native 1080p or 1440p with some upscaling so that you can maintain well over 100 FPS and get that higher refresh rate that you want.
But yeah, that 2080 Ti was really awesome. And again, at $209, it's really good value for your money. And especially when we're spending more on RAM nowadays, we want to save some money where we can. Let's talk about the rest of the benchmarks we ran on this PC. We played Clear Obscure Expedition 33, 1440p medium settings with DLSS set to balance, got a 73 FPS average. Rainbow Six Siege, 1440p medium settings, got an average of 199 FPS, a minimum of 159, a max of 224. CS2 at 1440p low got an average of 278 FPS with a 1% low of 125.3.
In a 3D Mark time spot, we got a score of 11,960, which is a 5 cents per point score. So yeah, that cent per point's looking really good, and that just means this PC is going to be a great giveaway, which we're gonna tell you guys about right now. So if you didn't know, we do a giveaway of a gaming PC every single month at twitch.tv/ToastyBros, typically the second Friday of the month if you want to keep that in your dome. But basically January 9th, which is when the next one's going to be, we're going to be giving away this gaming PC. We're going to be playing games for 6 hours with you guys, and it goes from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard, and it is a really fun time. You guys can clip farm and aura farm with us. It's going to be fun.
Someone's going to say something stupid probably, and you have a chance to win a PC. So go to twitch.tv/ToastyBros. If you guys just watch these YouTube videos, you will see another side of the Toasty Bros team. I'm just telling you, the Twitch streams, they're quite crazy. Jonah can agree, things happen. Twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and if you want to copy this PC yourself, if you feel like building one and maybe you don't win this PC, because, you know, it may happen, links down below are affiliate links and they will help us out.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other two YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
So this PC is going to be a giveaway, so we're not going to be selling it at PC Bros, but we have a lot of cool PCs at PC Bros, and we've been getting some good deals lately on those trade-ins. PCBros.tech. You can get PCs we feature in the videos, besides this one, and a bunch of other ones at great prices with warranties and customer support. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You will save 3% your next purchase, and also learn more about our sweepstakes. You have a chance to win a PC through PC Bros. See you guys later. Goodbye.